Find the area of the following shapes. Well, in part A we have a rectangle, and we know the area of a rectangle is just the length multiplied by the width. So the length here is 15 and the width is 7. So we can just calculate that. 15 times 7, which is 105. Now we need to think about the units. This is in centimeters, this is in centimeters. So centimeters squared, or square centimeters. Now for a square, all the sides are the same. Now you can either do that as A is equal to L squared, or because a square is a rectangle, just do it as length times width again. And it just happens they're the same, which is why you can use L squared. So that would be 25, and again that one is in centimeters squared. Now for a triangle, the formula is a half times the base times the height. I find a lot of students prefer to do that as base times height divide by 2. So here the base is 10 and the height is 4. If it's a right angled triangle, you can just choose one short side as the base and the other one as the height. So that would be 10 times 4 and divide that by 2. Now that's pretty easy. 40 divided by 2 is 20. But if you do it on your calculator, you can make it look exactly like this by using the fraction template button and do 10 times 4 over 2 like that. And you can see it's 20. And again, all the lengths were centimeters, so it's square centimeters. Now, we have another triangle here, and we can say this is the base, and we can see this is the height. This side here wouldn't be the height in this case. The height has to be perpendicular to the base. And so we can once again use base times height divided by 2. So that's 12 times 5 divided by 2. That's easy enough. 12 times 5 is 60. Divide that by 2 is 30. This time the lengths are meters. So that would be in square meters. Now, for a parallelogram, the area is just base times height, not base times height divided by 2. Basically, a parallelogram is two triangles. So that's why we don't divide by 2. Now I've got to be careful with this one because this is 50 millimeters and this is 2 centimeters. So it would depend what unit we want to give the answer in. Let's suppose we want to give the answer in square centimeters. 50 millimeters is 5 centimeters, and we have to have both of the lengths in the same unit before we can multiply. Well, now we can. So that would be 5 times 2, which is 10 square centimeters. Let's suppose instead, and I'll go for a different color for this, that we wanted it in millimeters. So we'd stick with the 50 millimeters here, and the 2 centimeters would become 20 millimeters. And then the area would be base times height, but this time it would be 50 times 20. We'd use the lengths in millimeters, and that would be 1000 millimeters squared, or square millimeters.